Well, it's almost time for real football practice. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford. Brad Sham and Mickey Spagnola. The Cowboys will come outside the Ford Center Friday morning onto the grass for their first practice. And we'll talk more about that in a minute. But, Mickey, yesterday one of the headlines of the camp opening press conference was Jerry Jones insisting that the Cowboys would play games in front of some fans this year, and they said more about that today.
Yeah, absolutely. The Cowboys released some of their protocols for fans attending games at AT&T Stadium. Now, the capacity will be limited. That hasn't been decided. Jerry didn't want to put a percentage on it just yet. They're just going to follow CDC guidelines along with whatever the state says is allowed in the stadium. So that's pretty significant that they think that while other teams are saying no fans in the stadium, the Cowboys think because of the way AT&T Stadium's laid out with a retractable roof with doors on the ends of the stadium, that they could get enough airflow in there to make it a safe environment. Masks are going to be required the minute you get out of your car. And you got to wear them in the stadium. Can't do like I saw in some events, Brad, where people wore their masks to get in, and then once they were in, they took them off. That's not going to be allowed. Mobile ticketing, cashless experience in the parking lot and concession stands, and spaced out tailgating. So those are some of the highlights that they're going to enforce for fans attending the Cowboys home games.
Another big story coming out of yesterday was the fact that both the Cowboys and Dak Prescott seem to insist that they are, in fact, close to a long-term deal, even though they can't negotiate one now till the season's over. And Stephen Jones said yesterday, yeah, we really feel very good about it.
You know, each negotiation's unique. And so at the end of the day, I just think we've got to continue to work at it here. We obviously can't sign a deal during the season, but it doesn't mean we can't continue to think about it and think of ways to get it done. It's certainly better for the Cowboys and hopefully Dak that we ultimately get something done. But he's very convicted, and that's what makes Dak, I think, a great football player. Is he certainly has a lot of confidence in himself. Certainly believes that this will ultimately get done, as do we.
And Dak Prescott, for his part, he is more than ready to go for the long term.
My fire is burning and my fire is big. You can throw whatever you want in there for it to burn and for it to get bigger. I don't know if I'm necessarily trying to prove something to the Cowboys or to this team, because I feel like everybody in this building, this organization, know the player I am, know the man that I am, know where my heart stands. So I just want to be great, and that's what I do each and every day, is just try to come in here and do the best I can to take another step to being that.
More from Dak Prescott when Mickey and I come back to the Ford Center on Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford.
Inside Cowboys Training Camp, presented by Ford, is brought to you by AT&T. Sleep Number. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store. And by Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. This segment is brought to you by Sleep Number. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store.
Welcome back. It's Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford. Brad Sham and Mickey Spagnola. The Cowboys on the grass just outside the Ford Center to actually start football practice today. But yesterday, Dak Prescott talked at length about his off-season quest for social justice, including a pledge he made of $1 million, or as he said, or more, to try to improve the communication between the police and people who feel threatened by police.
Yeah, and I think Dak kind of corrected everybody because they acted like it was a donation, and he specified, no, it's a pledge, and to help with the policing, to help with the understanding of what's going on. And I thought the one thing that was important in the stuff he said was we just have to be able to be better listeners.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously I made a pledge. I made a pledge and not necessarily a donation. I think that's a huge difference because when you pledge, you're saying that you're going to put forth something, not that you're just donating to these people or these people and hope that they put your money in the right place. So when I pledged to go $1 million, honestly, it could be more, it could be way more. I just wanted to make a pledge to say that I'm here and I'm here for the people to help create a better culture within our law enforcement so we can gain that trust. There's no reason, still me as a starting quarterback in the NFL, should be nervous the moment sirens are turned on, but that's just the way it is. But I think that we can somehow shrink or somehow take down that barrier of that nerves or that anxiousness or whatever that may be by bettering our law enforcement.
Dak also talked a little football yesterday, and with Amari Cooper saying last week and Mike McCarthy liking the idea that they could have 3 1,000-yard receivers, and you got Ezekiel Elliott. So, Dak, have you got enough footballs for all these guys?
Yeah, all you need is one, and especially with these guys, there's no egos with them. I mean, from Amari to CD to Gallup, and then obviously Zeke. I mean, none of these guys have an ego, and I think that's the best part about it is they all want to see the other guy have success, but obviously they want to have success, and it's just going to create this amazing, fun environment. It already has. It's already been that way for a couple of weeks as we've been going, and it's just exciting to see that much talent, but those guys care that much about the team and not themselves that we'll be able to spread it out and make everybody happy.
I mean, this is a quarterback's dream to have 3 wide receivers like that, a running back like that, and his ability. And just remember about that 3 1,000-yard receivers. They came up only like 170 yards short of having 3 last year.
And we will talk more about how the Cowboys defense might have improved overnight when we continue on Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford.
This segment was brought to you by Sleep Number. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store.
Welcome back. It's Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford. Brad Sham, Mickey Spagnola. They snuck one in on us last night, Mick, when the Cowboys signed former Minnesota Vikings Pro Bowl defensive end Everson Griffen for a 1-year deal. But this is a guy who, every time I saw him anyway, he looked like he's got a lot of life left in his legs.
Well, especially when he played against the Cowboys, he was pretty active and gave Tyron Smith fits in that game last year against the Vikings. The other thing you need to know about this guy is, you know, it's not like Minnesota didn't want him back. And Brad, we know Mike Zimmer from his days with the Cowboys, and he doesn't say stuff just to say it. He said, we want Everson Griffen back. Sounded like Everson Griffen wanted to move on. The cost wasn't that much, a $3 million base salary, guarantees on roster play. So to me, when you look at the free agents the Cowboys signed, the former Pro Bowlers, this might be the best one.
Yeah, I agree with that. And, you know, Stephen Jones always says talent acquisition is a 24-hour-a-day, 365-day-a-year business. And the signing of Everson Griffen in time for practice to start today, that proves it. Mickey and I will be back with you tomorrow to talk about day 1 on the field on Inside Cowboys Training Camp, brought to you by Ford.
Inside Cowboys Training Camp, presented by Ford, was brought to you by AT&T. Sleep Number, the Sleep Number 360 smart bed, helps everyone from parents to pros improve their performance through quality sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store. Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. And by the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.